Well, guys, it just feels different out here at Piney Grove. And what an emotional roller coaster of a week we've had this week. This has been probably the biggest week. So we sold our house, and that was daily up and down. There was so much anxiety. The buyer was very difficult, and we had to do a lot of things to get the house ready. And right up to the last minute, he threatened to back out. I'll give you one little example, and then we'll move on to something else. But we never had a built-in microwave in that house, but there's a microwave in the pictures of the house on the counter. But there's also, our furniture and everything. It was fully decorated when we put the pictures up for it to be for sale. So since then, we moved everything out to include the portable or countertop microwave, which is in our new house behind us. Well, at closing, he almost walked away, or at least he threatened to walk away if he didn't get a microwave. His realtor said, look, it's not in the contract. If you walk away, you're going to walk away and lose all your earnest money and all that. And he said, yeah, I know it's not in my contract. I just want a microwave. But he didn't end up getting his microwave. We ended up selling the house and celebrating it. And then the next day we went and got Chief, and we already have a video out on Chief. But if you're new to the channel, Piney Grove the whole time has been about turning, raw land into a working homestead. And we've done a lot of infrastructure work, but Chief is our first animal on the homestead. There he is now. His favorite place to sleep is that right corner. You can see maybe a little indentation where he was sleeping, but he's now moved over a little bit. But he is the most amazing, cute, docile, adjusting animal I think we ever could have asked for. He's been here not quite 24 hours yet. He's fully adjusted. He's done all of his business. He's eaten. He's drank this morning, or last night we gave him his first bottle feeding in the dark, and we were out here walking him around in the pasture in the dark, just enjoying it. Great weather, nice and cool, and he had a good time. He went to bed, and then this morning he woke up hungry, and I went in his stall, and he was trying to suck on my knee and stuff. And then Deb got up and fed him and walked him around the pasture just like a pet dog. And that leads us to today's video, which is we mowed and hayed our pasture here once this year, and we weren't sure if we were going to get animals, so we sold the hay. But now we're not only have Chief, but we've got another animal that's coming soon, so we need hay. And it's been a drought, but we did get, after probably 6 weeks of no rain, we did get some rain, and the pasture turned green again. But all of the bahia grass here has gone to seed, and I don't want those tough stems in the hay, so we're going to mow the tops off of it today. So with it being October here in North Florida, we've still got some greenery here. There's still some good nutrients in this bahia grass. You can see it's still green, but we're probably close to the end. But all of it has gone to seed, and you can take those seeds, and that can be part of your hay, but I'd rather those seeds stay out here and just kind of continue to replenish the pasture. We've got some areas there where we had some Kogon grass spreading. The big Kogon area is right in front of the camera. That's pretty much repaired, but we got a few areas there that need to be reseeded. So rather than bale up the seeds, I'm going to get the Summit tractor with the finish mower and go over it kind of high just to knock off those stems. And then also we want to create like a little pen for Chief, because he sleeps a lot. I think they got to sleep 18 hours a day or something like that. So he doesn't need to be outside in a pen, exercising that much. But that time is coming. And rather than have him on they call it a halter, we want to make a little pen out here for him. And that pen will actually be these dog panels. This is just like a dog fence that we brought from our old house. We thought maybe, one day we'd need them for chickens or something, but we got the idea last night that we'll just set these up in like a square little pen for him out there. And then we don't have to have the rope on him, and he can just do cow things. Getting ready to hook up the mower. and I just happened to notice that that pin was missing. Luckily I have a set here from Tractor Supply. Should have one that fits that. I don't want too big a one because then it'll catch grass and just get pulled out. It should hold it. Because it's been so dry, we haven't been doing as much mowing with the finish mower or the zero turns. But I think we got one more mowing left. You would think this would be easy to push, but it's not. Once you get the casters all lined up, it's fairly easy to push, but until then, it's not. There we go. We got to catch Miss Piney Grove trying to put this pen together. I figured you wanted to mow, and then I was going to mow the tops off here, and maybe you can make it where he's half on the short grass and half on the long grass.
I wanted to see if they'd all mix together. We have two different types of dog panels, and I wanted to see if I could connect them and make sure there wasn't something squirrely with them not being interchangeable, but they are. So I think we're going to be able to make him a cute little area, at least until we get some permanent fencing up. So, okay.
I assumed you wanted to mow with the Yacta today.
Yep, I love me some mowing time on the Yacta.
That's a beautiful view right there. I was talking about you, babe.
Oh, no he wasn't.
See what I did there? Maybe I'll get some fresh sugar cookies tonight. Bella's right there by the camera. She's been amazingly accepting of the cow, and we were kind of surprised by that. We're happy. We want, can't we all just get along? But Bella has a hunter instinct that you wouldn't believe. You would think, a little 30-pound, sweet dog, loves to cuddle, but she also will kill every lizard, every frog, every snake, every squirrel, every rabbit she can get a hold of. But we've had a good experience with her and Chief so far. I didn't know Deb was going to mow so soon. She came out all dressed and ready to mow. It's funny how she's changed so much. She didn't mow back at our old house. It was 1/3 of an acre, and I did it, and it didn't take very long. Because of the drought, we haven't had to mow, but the little stems have been coming up and making the seed heads. And last night she's like, I've got to mow. It's starting to look a little shaggy. I don't like all those seed heads. And if you had asked me, a couple years ago, was that something she would ever say? I would say no. She didn't care. She wouldn't care about it, but she does. She likes having a nice looking property. It takes me so long sometimes to get ready. Got one more thing left to do, and that's take these forks off. Then I can get to mowing. Deb's already made like 2 trips around the property. I got the mower as high up as it'll go, and I lengthened the top length a little bit to let the back end down so it'll be more level. And I just want to go along and cut off the top of this grass. Let's give it a whirl. I think that's doing exactly what I wanted to do. Just the right height to leave plenty for hay. I went too fast with my first pass and it didn't cut it. So I got to go a little slower. Otherwise it was just knocking them over. You put me on a tractor, I'm like a squirrel. I can't stay on task. I'm all over the place. I got the rest of this area done, knocked the tops off, and I think this is going to really increase the quality of the hay. It's leaving all of the grass seeds from the bahia here where it will do the most good, but it's also knocking the tops off the weeds. There's some stemmy weeds in here and some weed seeds, and while I don't want weed seeds in my pasture, they're no benefit in the hay. So I've got this little section done. Deb has mowed all around the house, everything over there, I think everything by my parents' house. And then I got sidetracked. I started mowing around the pond. I mowed over this edge of the pond. I went and mowed in the woods there. There's a little clearing there with some grass growing. This is where Kogon took over our pasture, and we're reestablishing bahia grass there, and it's coming in kind of good, and that was looking scraggly, so I got that all cleaned up. But now I'm back on track, and everything up until like down the side of the red barn, everything to the right has had the tops knocked off, and I got to do everything from here to the woods line. It's going quick. It's pretty mindless. There are some areas where the grass is thicker and taller that I want to raise it up so that I don't actually cut the bahia grass that's good, and it's spotty. Our pasture is not perfectly fertile all the way through, so I got to adjust the mower a little bit, but for the most part I keep the mower where it is in one spot, and the Summit has cruise control, so once I get a good speed where I'm cutting the stems and not knocking them over, it's just a matter of driving straight. So I should have the rest of this knocked out fairly quickly. Beautiful day, just a beautiful day to be tractoring, and then at the end we're going to put together that pen for Chief. Got a little bit more to do over there, but I've done all the pasture except for maybe, I don't know, 6 or 8 passes back and forth over there. And Deb has done mowing. We actually did the county road as well, and on either side of our fence line. So we've been doing a lot of mowing besides just the pasture. But let's put these pens together, or put these pieces of panels together, and see if we can get Chief to have a run. So how'd it feel to be back on a mower?
I feel like I was cheated this summer from mowing. I really do,
Yeah.
because it was so dry. The grass just didn't grow. And so it felt really, really good. The only thing I didn't like is that since it hadn't grown much, it wasn't as satisfying to
Right.
see, you know, a lot of it cut down, but it was quicker.
With it not being like real green, was it hard to cut? Did
No,
you leave
it
a lot
cut
of stems?
so
or-
easy. It left some stems, but for the most part, it was super easy to do.
Okay, like we mentioned earlier, these are all panels from dogs over the years, and our house has been sectioned off for puppies or when they get sick, so
Surgeries.
that's why we have so many of them.
Well, plus we merged households years
Yeah,
and
I
years
think
ago.
I had some when we got together, and then Deb had some,
had
and then we
some,
bought some
so.
more, but
The good thing about these is, okay, I know they're small, but he's small. But the other neat thing about him is that we can change the configuration, and we can pick this up and we can move it even once we got it together. So we can move him around until we get him, till we get his permanent pasture going.
But we were talking to Wendy over at Worley Farms, where we got Chief from, and she said, and I remember this as a child, but she said that cherry trees are poisonous to cows, might be horses as well. And so we got to check where we're going to put the little pasture for the mini cows. We got to check and make sure there's no cherry trees there, because we do have some on the property, and I've got rid of a lot of them because they were spindly, or maybe they had rotten limbs or something on them. But we got to make sure in this little section of woods over here we don't have any cherry trees. Okay, I think we got it figured out. We'll just drag it. Well, that's what we came up with. I kind of wanted him out there in the taller grass, but Deb doesn't want him in the sun, so we came up with this weird configuration because these panels aren't strong enough to support themselves. All right, Deb, release the hounds.
Hey, little boy. Wanna stretch your little cow legs? Wanna stretch your little cow legs? Hi, Chief. Hi. You
So the reason we don't keep this closed is because there's more airflow if we use that little cattle panel there.
I know, but you know what this means. That means freedom.
Deb's putting his little harness on.
Freedom. Hi, buddy. Hello. Did you have a good nap? Did you have a good nap? Yes, you did. Okay, you want to go stretch your little legs? Go stretch your little cow legs. Come on. Watch your step. Come on. Come on. Come on. There goes.
Stubborn like bull. Good boy. Good boy. Talking to him like he's a dog.
Hi, buddy. Hi, baby. Yeah, baby. What you think? Is that nice?
Bunchy this up.
Get a little sun and get a little shade. How about that? How about that, little man? Hi. Hey, sorry, I scared you. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hey, sweet boy. Hey, sweet boy.
Okay, guys, I still got some mowing to do, so I'm going to get back to that. We appreciate you guys watching. Let us know what you think of Chief down below. But he's been here. Are we at 24 hours yet? Probably pushing it, right?
We're right at 24 hours.
He's been here 24 hours. He looks like he's adjusted well. Everything has been good. He slept good. He's urinating or peeing good. He's doing the other thing good too. He left us a nice deposit out in the pasture this morning. But we just love him. Can't wait to get his stepsister here.
Half sister.
Oh, can't wait to get his half-sister here. I'm not good with all that stuff. Deb is. When Deb saw the half-sister, she immediately said, that one's mine. So that one's coming as well. But hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please click that like button. And remember, life's short.
Be kind.
Tractor hard. And get you one of these Highland mini cows. Highland mini cows. They're pretty cool. Oh, know what else is pretty cool? These two videos right here.
Take care.